Hello everyone and welcome to YK Reviews. For today's video, as you can see in the title, I'm going to be talking about the movie Nope, Jordan Peele's latest movie. This is going to be a spoiler review, so if you haven't seen the movie, I urge you to check it out. Come back to the video if you have seen the movie. Let me know down in the comment section below what you thought of it. So this is going to be my thoughts and my take on the movie Nope. So with Jordan Peele, the last two movies that he made with Get Out and Us, I thoroughly enjoyed Get Out. It was a unique movie. I loved the movie itself, and I thought it was one of the standout movies. And then when Us came out, I also thoroughly enjoyed it. I really liked the concept of the movie and then the storyline and everything about it. Even the unique twist at the end, I definitely thought it came together well. Now, I know a lot of people thought it was a little bit messy and underwhelming, but I thoroughly enjoyed Us. And so I didn't have high expectations going into this movie, but I knew with Jordan Peele movie, it was going to be a good movie. You were going to expect lots of twists, lots of turns, and good horror in the movie itself. So I didn't have low expectations, but I wasn't going into it with such high expectations, especially with the trailers. You didn't know what was going on, or it didn't reveal a lot. So I went into this movie and I thoroughly enjoyed this movie. I came out of the movie a little bit confused with certain aspects of the movie and not understanding what certain parts tied into the plot as a whole, but overall the whole experience of the movie I found thoroughly entertaining, and it was definitely another great Jordan Peele movie. I want to start off with talking about the opening sequence, because not a lot of people are talking about this or discussing that, but the whole opening sequence with Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer's father, where it all basically started off. So the actor that played Daniel Kaluuya's father, Keith David, I believe his name is, so I apologize if the name isn't exactly correct, but with him, you see the relationship between him and Daniel Kaluuya's character, and this seems like a bit of distance between Keke Palmer and their father. But then you just see out of nowhere, you hear things flying out of the sky, and then all of a sudden you see the father falling off the horse, and then you have Daniel Kaluuya driving him to the hospital, and then you see his eye all scratched up and everything like that, and then you see keys just stuck in between on the floors and on staircases and houses and stuff. So I loved that opening sequence of that. It was a unique sequence. You got a little taste of what's going on. It wasn't as you know later on in the movie where the UFO ship, which is actually the stomach, you didn't see that him getting absorbed. You just see him dying with things falling out of the sky and people thinking that it was just debris from a plane or something like that. So you had this new unique twist, unique opening, which I thoroughly enjoyed and thought it was a great start to the movie itself. So once I saw that opening sequence, I knew, okay, this will be a very great movie, this will be a good movie. And so then we go into the plot itself. So I thoroughly enjoyed the plot itself. I thought the runtime of it was a perfectly great runtime. You have the build up, the suspense, slowly going throughout the whole movie. I thought Keke Palmer, who was so energetic, she was honestly one of the standouts. You see how charismatic she is, how funny she is. So the dynamic between her and Daniel Kaluuya, because you have Daniel Kaluuya who is sort of secluded, and he wasn't as chatty, which I thought was good. I thought it was a good character distinction between him, where he throws out one-liners and is kind of reserved. I thought their dynamic was really good. They really stood out as brother and sister, and their relationship too. It was great on-screen chemistry, I would say. Even one aspect of this scene where they just start like high-fiving each other really quickly, it was just hilarious. So I definitely thought they brought a lot to the table, and they were energetic and charismatic, and the way they portrayed like every part of the scene they were in, it really made the movie like elevate. And I also thought, because there was a bit of comedy aspects to the movie, it didn't feel like a straight horror movie itself. It was more of like a sci-fi thriller kind of movie, but the comedy aspect wasn't like overbearing or anything like that. It was placed at good moments. Like I would call it genius comedy or intelligent comedy, if that would make sense, because there were certain aspects, like when they're building suspense or anything, you don't throw a joke out there. There were just like certain little quips and certain scenes where it was hilarious and it wasn't overbearing. Like there were certain scenes where Daniel Kaluuya's in the van, just slightly opening the doors to see the stomach UFO above him, and just closing the door and just saying just one word, saying nope. It was great comedic timing and very, very like well done and very well paced. I thought the character Angel, I thought from looking at the trailers it was just going to be a quick scene, but then you see him like in the movie quite a bit, and he was a great character in the storyline as well. Like I genuinely enjoyed like his little plot, and like how he got into like the group, and at the end, towards the end of the film, I didn't want him to like die. I didn't want him to get sucked into the stomach or anything like that. I enjoyed his character and like what he brought to the table. So I enjoyed like the dynamic, especially between him and Kiki and Daniel, like the trio together, especially like towards the end of the movie where they're like planning on like how they're going to try and stop this UFO stomach. It just came about really well. So I thoroughly enjoyed like his character. Like in terms of the horror aspect, there were a few like creepy scenes. There was one particular scene when Daniel Kaluuya's in the horse barn, and then you have those three looking aliens. Just like the way they were moving about, it was very creepy, and you come to find out later they were just like kids messing around. And even the whole like the whole costume and everything, I thought that's what the aliens were going to look like, because in the trailer you see like little puppets of these alien looking things. You see like little head poking out, which you think was aliens itself. So for it to be just like a novelty kind of act, and which I'll get into all of that aspect in a couple of moments, but to find out that it was just like all like a novelty act, I think it was like a really nice twist. And I'm glad it wasn't these typical like alien coming down to earth and that kind of stuff. But that particular scene was one of the creepy scenes. Another jump scare was Daniel Kaluuya in the car, and then you just had that fake horse smashing through the windshield. That got a good like jump scare out of me as well. And so there was aspects of horror in it, but it was more, like I said earlier, sci-fi thriller, which isn't a bad thing, because we'll talk about the reveal. Like with the reveal, it's not an actual UFO coming down with like aliens and that kind of stuff. The UFO is actually the stomach, is actually the alien itself. And I feel like that is what's going to make or break people's opinions about this movie in particular. I feel like if you didn't like that reveal, you're probably not going to enjoy the movie as much. But for me, and even my wife too, we loved that reveal. We're so glad it wasn't just a typical like UFO with aliens coming down, that kind of stuff. It was a really unique twist, a really unique take on like a UFO type movie. So with this, you reveal that it's like a alien stomach, and it just comes down and absorbs everything and everyone and basically eats it, with the unique twist also being it's like hiding in the cloud. Like it hides in the cloud and then comes out of the cloud, takes everything, takes everyone, and then goes back into the cloud and hides. That I really loved. I liked what Jordan Peele did with that, because as I said in the trailers, you see these like toy alien figures, or toy alien like dummies and stuff, so you think they might be the aliens, but then for it to be revealed that the ship itself is the alien, it was really, really well done. And even the whole design of the actual like alien, like it's not like one of those typical UFOs where it's like a dome and like a flat surface, if you know what I mean. Like it was like a unique shape, even towards the end where it like changed shape to kind of like look like wings and that kind of stuff, look like a sea creature. Like it was a very unique type of alien. It was a very unique type, and so the whole shape of the ship, like where the hole opens and it absorbs everything, it was great. And like that's what I love about Jordan Peele's movie, is that like it's unique. It's not one of those, it's not a typical type movie. It's not like those standard types. He always brings a unique twist to it, and this I thoroughly enjoyed. And then the whole like sequence with them trying to take it down, trying to trick it, like at the end when they like put a whole bunch of like those inflatable like thingy, I forgot they're called, but you know what I mean, those like multicolored like inflatable hand thingies. So trying to trick them, trying to like and what I like too is how they're smart enough to realize that if you don't look at it, you don't get like absorbed, you don't get like taken and killed. So they use that, like they're smart enough to like figure that out. And then Keke Palmer's character using that big inflatable like balloon to like suck it up and take the stomach and like explode the stomach basically. That I thought was a really like good way of like trying to kill the ship or kill the alien itself. So all of that aspect I feel like was very great. The only like downside I would say, not negative, but things that I didn't like completely understand, was Stephen Young's character Jupe. So I didn't get the whole backstory of his, because as you know, if you've seen the movie, the backstory was he was like a child TV star who was starring in like a sitcom with this monkey called Gordy. So you have like this one particular scene and one particular episode of the show where the monkey just goes crazy and like starts attacking everyone, beating everyone, killing everyone, and then like Stephen Young's character Droop is hiding under the table, terrified, and then you have sort of the monkey just sticking his hand out slowly to do like this fist bump and that kind of stuff. So, but then I'm guessing the police come in and shoot the monkey in the head or something like that, killing the monkey. But throughout the movie, they were just showing that backstory of Droop's character and like what happened to him and like growing up and all that stuff. But then it didn't. For me, I didn't see it relating back to the plot as a whole, because you have the alien itself was it was the ship itself was the actual alien, but then like the monkey just didn't play a part in it or didn't have any like implications in like the whole present day eating the humans and stuff like that. So I know there's a bigger element to the monkey itself, but for me, I didn't understand it, or I didn't know what the deeper meaning is for that monkey. The only like thing I can think of is maybe like the message could be us exploiting animals, because Jupe's character in the movie, he owns this like amusement park, and he's the one that's been buying the horses from Daniel Kaluuya's family. And because ever since Daniel Kaluuya's father died, it's been 6 months. So in that 6 months, Jupe's character has been like doing these shows, because apparently he's had this agreement with this ship with the aliens. So he's exploiting that. He's like using the horses to exploit that. So the only thing I can think of is maybe that is like he's seen a monkey being exploited as a kid for a TV show, and then he's not learning from that and using horses to exploit it. I mean, I could be wrong. Let me know if you've seen the movie, if you know like how it was all brought together and like the deeper meaning of that. But that's the only thing I can think of. But apart from that, like, that's like a very like nitpicking thing for me, but because I didn't get the whole monkey thing. But altogether, in general, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. I thought it was a standout movie, and definitely one I would recommend. Jordan Peele definitely nailed it in this one, and out of the three, I would definitely say Get Out is number one. Nope, I would put as number two, and Us as number three. The only reason why I would put Nope above Us is because this one was more of like a simple storyline, nothing like no twist ending or anything like that, because you know that like they save, like they kill the alien, they destroy it, they finally get that picture of the actual alien to show proof of it, and we see like Daniel Kaluuya surviving because it looked like he was sacrificing himself to save Keke Palmer, so you know that both of them have survived. So it was more of like a simple storyline. And then with Us, like as I said, it was a great storyline, a complex twist at the end. So I would put like Nope above Us just because of that. But they are very like close together, but definitely Get Out is up there. But I definitely feel like Jordan Peele's movies are very unique, but they are very good. So if you haven't seen this movie, everything's been spoiled for you, but it's definitely a good movie to watch. I highly recommend it. I definitely would say to go watch this movie, and if you haven't seen his previous movies, definitely watch Get Out, definitely watch Us, because you'll thoroughly be entertained. And also, as I said, if you've seen the movie, comment down below, let me know what you thought, what your takes are, what you liked, what you didn't like. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button, like this video, share the video, hit the notification bell so you don't miss. I've got plenty of videos coming up as well, so thank you so much for the support. Also, please follow me on Twitter. Link is in the description down below. I'm going to be starting to post regularly, let you know when every video does get uploaded, so please follow me on Twitter. But thank you so much for watching. This is YK Reviews. Peace.